Gasper says, hey, SM, do links to our money site from within iframes have much SEO values? For example, powered by styled links within the iframe code linking to a money site. Well, links, yeah, I mean, well, I'm not sure I'm understanding the way that, like, specifically what you're asking about. Iframes are very powerful because it's almost like a bi-directional link. It's not really, but it's very similar to that. Not like a reciprocal link, but power flows back both ways in an iframe, right? So iframing a site into another site is like a backlink. It's an empty or frame anchor. In Majestic, which is the tool that I use for backlink analysis, that's what it's labeled as, is an empty anchor, or a frame anchor, actually. So I have a specific top anchor text category that I call empty/frame anchors. And that consists of image anchors or image links that do not contain alt text, redirect URLs, and iframes. Those are all fall into the empty/frame anchor category, anchor text category or classification. And so those are very powerful. And like I said, it's almost like a bi-directional link. So, that's why we do iframe stacking or an entity loop, right? An iframe loop. There's a number of terms like on the Amazon S3 page, which is a cloud hosted page, right? Before people started calling it cloud stacking and everything. Back in 2019, we started, the ID page and just stacking iframes into a HTML hosted, an HTML page hosted on Amazon S3, which is a cloud hosted page. And it was very, very powerful. And now, it's become a pretty big thing, like not that specifically, but cloud hosted pages. And it's great. They work fantastically well. But that's why, right? Because you can, like, for example, by putting an iframes into a cloud hosted page, building links to that page, you're siphoning some authority from the high domain authority, the high authority metrics of the cloud hosted domains themselves, right? So Amazon S3, again, Google Cloud Storage, Microsoft Azure, that one ranks really well. I don't know why it ranks so well, but it does. Alibaba, there's a bunch of them out there, right? So those are you siphon some authority just from having embedded iframed properties into those high authority domain pages. Okay. But then building links to them, again, it's almost like bi-directional. It's very, very powerful. So if you can clarify that, I'll try to provide you with a better answer. But iframes are very, very powerful if you use them. And that's precisely why we talk about doing like mirrored assets, where you iframe the original into the mirrored assets, right? The whole content mirroring method that I was talking about earlier is about using YouTube as, we start with, content from either a traditional silo on a money site or a long form content page that has jump links or a table of contents up at the top, and then summarizing each one of the headings or blog posts within a supporting blog post within a silo, summarizing those and then creating Google YouTube videos from those, and then creating Google business posts from those, and then creating mirrored pages on the G site from that. And that's where I was talking about. I like to insert Blogger now in between the Google business posts and G site, right? So that's like a whole nother stack of mirrored properties on another Google domain, Blogger, right? And then you iframe those in each one of those properties. So for example, like you take the the YouTube video and the Google business post, and you iframe those into a Blogger page or post, however you want to do it. And then now you've got a Blogger page that has those two iframes, a Google business post iframe and a YouTube iframe, right? So it's the same content, but it's just iframed. Now you take the Blogger page and you iframe that into the Google site, mirrored pages, right? Same structure, but it's now mirrored into and iframed into the Google site. And so now you've got the Google site with the Blogger iframe, and in the Blogger iframe, you got the G site post and the YouTube video. And then you can take it out further than that if you want, but it's very powerful. And then you just hammer the the G site with links, and it flows through all those iframes, through all those assets, ultimately down to the money site. And your money site stays 100% clean. Like, there's no trace of those links anywhere even close to the money site, but all that link juice is flowing through those iframes down to the money site. It's very, very powerful. Time consuming to set up, which again is why I put it in an SOP format so that you can hire a VA to do it. So it's time consuming to set it up, but it works. It works great. So.